Unlock the strength within your spoken words and witness a true shift in your existence. Ladies and gentlemen, today I feel a strong urge to convey a straightforward, yet incredibly potent practice that holds the potential to reshape your entire being. It's a habit that demands merely a few moments from your daily routine, yet it can unleash a deep and meaningful influence on your inner thoughts, the connections you forge with others, and your overall sense of well-being. I am referring to the act of verbally repeating affirmative statements of a positive nature, and doing so 100 times each day. Yes, your hearing is accurate. 100 repetitions every single day. It might initially appear to be a significant number, but please, have faith in its effectiveness. The rewards are truly substantial. When we engage in the consistent repetition of positive affirmations, we are not simply uttering a string of empty sounds. Instead, we are actively speaking life itself into our situations. We are vocalizing our faith, our sense of hope, and the encouragement that resides within us. We are taking the time to remind ourselves of the inherent worth we possess, the value that defines us, and the vast potential that lies dormant within. The sacred texts guide us, revealing that our very words hold the power to mold and shape the reality we experience. Proverbs 18:21 serves as a powerful reminder of this truth. As we choose to speak with positivity, we are actively in the process of creating a positive reality that surrounds us. We are, in essence, drawing positive energy, positive individuals, and positive occurrences into the sphere of our lives and emotion. However, the practice extends beyond merely voicing positive sentiments. It delves into the crucial act of renewing our minds. The scriptures themselves urge us to undertake this very process to renew our minds and thereby transform our thinking, as beautifully articulated in Romans 12:2. When we diligently repeat positive affirmations, we are actively engaged in replacing the negative thought patterns that may have taken root with thoughts that are constructive and uplifting. Solid. We are, in a very real sense, rewiring the intricate pathways of our minds to naturally gravitate towards positive thinking, to embrace a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity, and to approach life with a victorious perspective. So, I pose this question to you now. Are you prepared to embark on this journey of repeating positive affirmations 100 times each day? Are you ready to witness a transformation in the very fabric of your life, in the dynamics of your relationships, and in the overall quality of your well-being? Let us, together, step into this practice. Let us begin to speak life into being, to vocalize our unwavering faith, and to share words of heartfelt encouragement, both with ourselves and with those around us. Let us commit to the daily repetition of positive affirmations 100 times each day, and allow ourselves to be amazed by the transformative power that our own words can wield. It is crucial to remember that both consistency and persistence are fundamental pillars in this endeavor. Do not be disheartened if a day or two happens to slip by without your full practice. Simply pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue on your path. Keep repeating those powerful affirmations and never cease to believe in the profound impact they are having. I assure you, your life will never remain the same once you truly embrace this practice. The inherent power of affirmations is not a novel concept. It is a profound truth that resonates throughout the sacred scriptures. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21, we are clearly told that the tongue has the power of life and death. This single verse powerfully underscores the immense influence that our spoken words exert, not only on the trajectory of our own lives, but also on the lives of those who surround us. When we articulate our thoughts and feelings, We are not merely producing sounds that dissipate into the air. Instead, we are actively releasing a potent force, a force that can be directed towards either constructive or destructive ends. As individuals who hold faith, we are called to maintain a conscious awareness of the words we choose to speak, for they possess the remarkable ability to shape the very reality we inhabit. Furthermore, in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 37, Jesus himself states, "For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned." This profound statement highlights the critical importance of cultivating a habit of speaking in a manner that is consistently positive and constructively oriented. Our words carry the weight to either justify our actions and beliefs or to bring about condemnation. When we diligently engage in the repetition of positive affirmations, we are, in effect, actively speaking life into the various circumstances that we encounter. We are making a declaration of our unwavering faith in the inherent goodness of a higher power and in that power's ability to orchestrate all things for our ultimate benefit. We are taking the time to consciously remind ourselves of the promises that have been made and the steadfastness of that higher power's nature. In doing so, we are aligning our very thoughts and the words we speak with the divine guidance that has been offered. This is the very reason why the practice of affirmations holds such profound power. When we consistently choose to speak with positivity, we are actively participating in the creation of a positive reality that envelops us. We are, in a very real sense, acting as a magnet, attracting positive energy, positive individuals who will uplift and support us, and positive experiences that will enrich our lives. We are consciously opening ourselves up to receive the blessings and the favor that are available to us. Turning our gaze to the foundational book of Genesis, we find a powerful demonstration of the active power of affirmations in the very act of creation. When the divine being brought the world into existence, it was through spoken word that this magnificent feat was accomplished. "Let there be light," it was declared, and there was light. "Let the earth bring forth grass." It was commanded, and the earth brought forth grass. The spoken words held the inherent power to create, to bring forth life where there was none. In a similar vein, when we consciously choose to speak with positivity, we are engaging in a process of creation within our own lives and the circumstances we face. We are, in essence, speaking the divine word into the fabric of our daily existence, and that word possesses the transformative power to renew and reshape us from the inside out. We are reminded of this profound truth in the letter to the Romans, chapter 10, verses 8 through 10, where we are told that the word is near you. It is in your mouth and in your heart. If you declare with your mouth, Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. The power of affirmations, therefore, is not merely a psychological tool or a self-help technique rooted in human understanding alone. Rather, it is a spiritual principle that finds its foundation in the divine word itself. When we choose to speak with positivity and intention, we are actively exercising our faith and our unwavering trust in a higher power. We are making a declaration of our dependence upon that power and expressing our deep confidence in its inherent goodness. As we continue in the practice of repeating positive affirmations, let us always bear in mind that we are engaging in far more than just the recitation of words. We are actively speaking life into being. We are releasing the potent force of the divine word into the very core of our lives, and in doing so, we are consciously aligning ourselves with the divine will and the purposes that have been set forth. Let us therefore Embrace the power of affirmations as a tool for profound transformation within our lives, as a means to renew our minds and to bring forth the very life and light that resides within the divine into the circumstances that surround us. The concept of actively renewing the mind stands as a cornerstone principle within the sacred text, and it is inextricably linked to the very idea of personal transformation. In the letter to the Romans, chapter 12, verse 2, we are explicitly instructed, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." This verse powerfully underscores the critical importance of engaging in a conscious process of mental renewal as a prerequisite for experiencing genuine transformation in our lives. When we embrace a life of faith, we are often described as being given a new heart and a new spirit. Hunting new spirit. However, our minds, with their established patterns of thought, often remain influenced by the prevailing perspectives and values of the world around us. To fully experience the richness and abundance of our new life in faith, it becomes essential to actively and intentionally renew our minds. This process of mind renewal transcends the mere acquisition of new knowledge or information. It involves a fundamental transformation of our thoughts, our ingrained attitudes, and our deeply held beliefs. It is about embarking on a journey of learning to think in alignment with divine principles, to perceive situations and experiences from a divine perspective, and to consciously bring our thoughts and actions into harmony with the sacred teachings. When we diligently engage in the repetition of positive affirmations, we are, in effect, actively participating in this vital process of mind renewal. We are consciously choosing to replace negative, worldly thought patterns with positive, biblically grounded ones. We are making a declaration of our unwavering trust in the inherent goodness, the steadfast faithfulness, and the boundless love that we believe in. We are taking the time to consistently remind ourselves of the promises that have been made and the provision that has been assured. In doing so, we are actively aligning our thoughts and our actions with the divine will. The sacred texts further reveal that, as individuals who hold faith, we have been granted the mind of Christ, 1 Corinthians 2:16. This profound statement implies that we possess access to divine thoughts, to a wellspring of wisdom, and to a deep understanding that transcends human limitations. When we actively engage in the renewal of our minds, we are essentially tapping into this extraordinary divine resource. We are learning to think, to reason, and to act in a manner that reflects the very essence of that divine mind. The process of renewing the mind is not a singular event, but rather an ongoing journey that demands consistent effort, unwavering discipline, and heartfelt dedication. It necessitates a willingness to consciously let go of our old worldly ways of thinking and to wholeheartedly embrace new perspectives that are rooted in divine wisdom. It involves a deep commitment to the study of sacred texts, to the practice of prayer, and to diligently seeking divine guidance and direction in all aspects of our lives. As we faithfully repeat positive affirmations, let us remember that we are engaging in far more than just the utterance of words. We are actively renewing our minds, transforming our ingrained attitudes and beliefs, and consciously aligning ourselves with the divine word and the divine will. We are tapping into the inexhaustible divine resource of divine thoughts, divine wisdom, and divine understanding, and we are learning to think, to reason, and to act in a manner that reflects the divine nature. By diligently pursuing this path of mind renewal, we are positioning ourselves to fully experience the richness and abundance of our new life in faith. We are opening ourselves up to receive the blessings, the favor, and the provision that are available to us. We are making a powerful declaration of our trust in the divine, and we are consciously aligning ourselves with the divine will and the divine purposes that have been set forth. The profound connection between faith and the act of verbal confession stands as a fundamental principle within the sacred texts. In the Gospel of Mark, chapter 11, verse 23, Jesus himself declares, "Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Go, throw yourself into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart, but believes that what they say will happen, it will be done for them." This powerful verse underscores the critical importance of expressing our faith audibly and highlights the transformative power that verbal confession holds in bringing about change in our lives. When we actively confess our faith, we are engaging in far more than just the articulation of words. We are, in essence, releasing the very power of the divine into the circumstances that surround us. We are making a clear and unwavering declaration of our trust in a higher power, and in doing so, we are consciously aligning ourselves with the divine will and the divine purposes that have been established. The act of confession is itself an act of faith, and it serves as a crucial step in witnessing our prayers answered and our deepest desires fulfilled. Throughout the sacred text, we find numerous examples that illustrate the profound power of confession. In the book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 2, we are encouraged to let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story. This verse serves as a powerful exhortation for us to speak openly about our redemption, to verbally confess our faith, and to declare our unwavering trust in the divine. When we heed this call, we are actively releasing the power of the divine into our lives, and we are opening ourselves up to receive the abundant blessings and the unmerited favor that are available to us. Furthermore, in the letter to the Romans, chapter 10, verses 9 and 10, we are told that if you declare with your mouth, "Jesus is Lord," and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. This verse highlights the pivotal role that verbal confession plays in our very salvation. When we confess our belief in the divine, we are making a clear declaration of our faith, and we are consciously aligning ourselves with the divine will and the divine purposes. So, the act of confession is not limited solely to the moment of our initial acceptance of faith. Rather, it is an ongoing process that is essential for our continued spiritual growth and development. When we confess our shortcomings and transgressions, we are actively releasing the divine power to forgive and to cleanse us from within. When we verbalize our fears and our doubts, we are opening ourselves up to receive the divine comfort and reassurance that we so often need. As we diligently engage in the repetition of positive affirmations, let us always remember that we are doing far more than just speaking words. We are actively confessing our faith. We are declaring our unwavering trust in a higher power, and we are consciously aligning ourselves with the divine will and the divine purposes. We are releasing the potent power of the divine into the various circumstances of our lives, and we are opening ourselves up to receive the abundant blessings and the unmerited favor that are ours to claim. By consistently confessing our faith, we are positioning ourselves to experience the fullness of divine power and provision in our lives. We are making a clear declaration of our dependence upon the divine, and we are consciously aligning ourselves with the divine will and the divine purposes. We are releasing the transformative power of the divine to reshape our lives, to renew our minds, and to bring us into complete alignment with the divine word and the divine guidance. The significance of our internal dialogue, the way we speak to ourselves, is a vital aspect of our spiritual growth and development. As individuals of faith, we are consistently reminded throughout the sacred texts of the profound power of our words and the substantial impact they have on the very fabric of our lives. In the letter to the Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 31, we are instructed to do everything for the glory of God. And this all-encompassing directive certainly includes the manner in which we communicate with ourselves. Our internal monologue, our self-talk, serves as a direct reflection of our innermost thoughts and deeply held beliefs, and it possesses the remarkable power to either uplift and strengthen us or to erode our confidence and well-being. When we consciously choose to speak to ourselves in a positive and encouraging manner, we are actively affirming our faith, our inherent identity, and our unique purpose. We are taking the time to remind ourselves of the inherent goodness, the boundless love, and the unwavering faithfulness that we believe in. We are consciously aligning ourselves with the divine word and the divine will. And in doing so, we are positioning ourselves to receive the abundant blessings and the unmerited favor that are available to us. Conversely, when we allow negative self-talk to dominate our internal landscape, we are inadvertently casting doubt upon our faith, our sense of identity, and our God-given purpose. We are creating an open space for fear, doubt, and unbelief to take root and flourish, and we are, perhaps unknowingly, aligning ourselves with forces that are contrary to our well-being. We are, in essence, granting negativity a foothold in our lives and potentially opening ourselves up to experiences that are less than what we truly deserve. As individuals of faith, we have been granted the agency to choose the nature of our internal dialogue. We can consciously decide to speak words of life, hope, and encouragement to ourselves, or we can succumb to words of negativity, despair, and discouragement. We can choose to align our thoughts and beliefs with the divine word and the divine will, or we can inadvertently align ourselves with influences that seek to undermine our peace and purpose. When we diligently engage in the repetition of positive affirmations, we are actively taking control of our internal dialogue and consciously aligning ourselves with the divine word and the divine will. We are intentionally speaking words of life, hope, and encouragement into the very core of our being, and as a result, we are positioning ourselves to receive the abundant blessings and the unmerited favor that are available to us. We are consistently reminding ourselves of our true identity in the divine, our unique purpose in this life, and the glorious destiny that awaits us. In the book of Psalms, chapter 103, verses 2 through 5, we are lovingly reminded to praise the Lord, my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your sins and heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit and crowns you with love and compassion, who satisfies your desires with good things so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. When we consciously choose to speak positively to ourselves, we are, in essence, praising the divine and actively reminding ourselves of the countless benefits and the inherent goodness that we believe in. By taking deliberate control of our self-talk and consciously aligning ourselves with the divine word and the divine will, we are positioning ourselves to experience the fullness of divine power and provision in our lives. We are making a clear declaration of our dependence upon the divine, and we are consciously aligning ourselves with the divine plans and purposes. We are releasing the transformative power of the divine to reshape our lives, to renew our minds, and to bring us into complete alignment with the divine word and the divine guidance. The principle of unwavering consistency and persistent effort stands as a vital cornerstone in our spiritual growth and development as individuals of faith. We are called to cultivate a consistent faith, to be persistent in our prayers, and to diligently pursue the divine will in all aspects of our lives. In the letter to the Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9, we are lovingly reminded, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." This powerful verse underscores the essential nature of both consistency and persistence as indispensable qualities that are required to witness tangible results in our lives. When we demonstrate consistency in our prayer life, in our study of sacred texts, and in our acts of service towards others, we are actively demonstrating our unwavering commitment to the divine and to the divine will. We are showing through our actions that we are serious about our faith and that we are willing to invest the necessary effort to see meaningful outcomes.